Good morning. I'm Karen Yankovich, and this is Link Up Your Marketing. And this is a daily series that I'm doing. It's December. Sadie's joining us. Sometimes Sadie joins us. Sadie's joining us again in her attempt to try to get on the bed. So we're here every morning talking about some LinkedIn tips and tricks to help you just do a better job at what you're doing, land the big clients. We talked about this, if you miss some of these, there's a hashtag in the description, Link Up Your Marketing. You can use that hashtag and search for the other episodes. We're live on Facebook and Instagram. I'm sorry, not Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube right now. And if you click on that hashtag, you'll see some of the other ones, because I believe that LinkedIn is the place to get the big clients. It's the place where the bigger contracts go. And why not go for those contracts first? And then you have the cash to pay people to help you with the lower end stuff, so that you can have those multiple streams of income. Because I do think that that's important. So what we're going to be talking about today on Link Up Your Marketing is the experience section. And the experience section is the one place that this is more resume-like. You've heard me say, if you've watched any of these before, you've heard me say that this is not the place really for your resume. It's not the digital resume. It's when you shift the energy of your LinkedIn profile from resume to brand, somebody who is a rock star in what they do, showing up more confidently, you're going to get the bigger opportunities. You're going to get the board seats. You're going to get the raises, the clients. You're going to, you've got to show up as if you're worthy of that. And that's on you to create that here on your LinkedIn profile. So the experience section is the most resume-like section of LinkedIn, even though we are creating this kind of like your brand, right? So I'm going to actually take you on over to screen share here, and we're going to look at my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so we're looking at my LinkedIn profile here, and what we're looking at is this section down here, which is the experience section. And the first thing I want to show you or point out to you is that it does not say jobs, it says experience. So if you have had experience as president of the PTA, or, on the board of directors of a nonprofit, whatever that is, it may not necessarily be a job, but it is experience. And it shows other people that are checking you out that you have cred, that people have confidence in you, right? That you have leadership ability. So you want to think about this less as these are the jobs that I've worked at, and more as this is the experience that I have in my life that brings me to where I am today. And you want to just kind of tell the story of you. So we're going to go, if we go down to the bottom of my experience section, you'll see, you know how old I am. Way back, I worked for Verizon as a customer service rep. Is there anything that really is relevant to that I did there that's relevant to what I do today? Probably not, but there might be people that I knew from that time that's like, I wonder if that's the Karen Yankovich that I knew from then, right? So then from there, I started working for XTEL Communications, and I believe that Director of Sales and Marketing was not the final title that I had. I don't know. I think I was like, I ran a department. But I know I had a business card that says that. So it's true. And why that's important, why I use that instead of whatever the last title was that I had when I left there, is because sales and marketing are keywords for me. And we talked about keywords yesterday, right? So you want to be thinking about keywords as you're doing this. So if I just put, whatever, like maybe I don't remember exactly what my title was when I left, but and you'll see here that I talk about the sales and marketing that I did when I worked at that company, because those are the kinds of things. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know why my computer decides to just blow up with notifications the minute I get on here. Anyway, the reason that I do that is because we want to talk about the things that are relevant to what I am now. What are the things that I do? And that's even more present in this experience where I was vice president. Okay, Infinity Communications Group was a company that I started. The reason I was vice president instead of president was because I wasn't old enough to get the contract. I didn't have enough experience. So I needed to find somebody who had more experience than me that I could bring in as the president of the company. And he ended up doing a lot more than I think he bargained for. Such a good guy. But basically, I ran the company. I basically ran the company. I was there every day. I was hiring people, firing people, buying office furniture, going out on sales calls. And if what I was doing now was if that was what was relevant, if HR was what I was doing now, I'd be talking about that here, right? Because I did HR for that company, but I don't even mention it here because it's so irrelevant to what I'm doing now. I just talk about the things that I did there that makes me uniquely qualified for what I'm doing now. Telecommunications administrator here, honestly, there's not a whole lot that I did there that's relevant to here, but then you get to the kinds of things that I'm doing now. I have a podcast. You see, I list that separately because I want, that gives me some credibility. It helps me get sponsors. It helps me get guests. It helps me get guest spots on other people's podcasts, right? It gives people a place where they can listen to my voice and hear and see if it's what I'm talking about is going to fit with their audience, right? So I have a separate experience for that, but you'll notice that I don't have it associated with a company page. Up here, I have this associated with a company page, and we'll talk about company pages moving forward. This is the business that I run, right? The business is Uplevel Media. I have a LinkedIn marketing agency, and I teach LinkedIn strategy to corporations, small and solo business owners, right? And I have a program, and I'm a keynote speaker. So those are the things that I'm doing now, and they all roll up to Uplevel Media, even though I list multiple things here. You'll notice that I've got media here. Under the speaking section, I've got my speaker reel. I've got my speaker one sheets, right? Because if somebody's looking to find a speaker on the topics I speak on, I want it to be really easy for them to say yes, right? So do you see what I'm saying here? This is experience, but it's not just, I don't have anything listed here that is not related, except I guess my podcast is not a job that I had. Certainly don't get a paycheck from it, right? So you want to list your experience section in a way that positions you as uniquely qualified to do what you're doing now. This is where you talk about what you've done and why you are, again, uniquely qualified. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that you understand the value of this section, because when you do this section properly, that's when you can, this is the part where LinkedIn can support you on its own, right? If I'm reaching out to people to connect with them because I think that for whatever reason, I think that they would be valuable in the growth of my business, whether it's a client or a partner or media or whatever. I want my LinkedIn profile to do a lot of that heavy lifting for me. I don't really want to have to stand there and say, I'm amazing and here's why. I want my profile to do that for me. And your experience section is where you can make that happen. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that you take another look at your experience section. More importantly, though, I want you to remember that what we are doing here is we're creating a brand of you, right? Not a resume. We're creating a brand that makes you an influencer, that makes you powerful, that's worthy of people's time and money. Okay, so if you want to know more about how to do that, how to shift your mindset, and how to get started going from resume to brand on LinkedIn, across the bottom, I'm scrolling this. It's KarenYankovich.com/masterclass. We have a full masterclass that was recorded just a couple weeks ago. So it's all brand new content, talking about how this can shift for you. So I hope that that's helpful. I will see you back here tomorrow for another Link Up Your Marketing in this series, video in this series. And hopefully I'll check you out on that. Hopefully you'll check out that masterclass because it is going to help you get started. Take care, everyone.